Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Trading Period 7 update. So here are our results for August. And it has been a cracking month, achieving 13 out of 17 of our metrics. So really well done for that. So I guess the most pleasing to talk about is sales. So last month we generated £3 million worth of sales, and that was actually just slightly up on last year, which is just a super place to be because we know how tough the market and how competitive the market is. So to actually be able to beat our sales was a really, really good outcome. So we did that by growing the number of items per transaction, by growing the average transaction value, although our transactions in totality were slightly down on last year. So the assortment areas that really helped us beat last year were Apple. So Apple took £300,000 last trading period and outperformed the average of all other shops. We've also got some additional sales going into the pot this year that we had paused on last year. So fitted kitchens, we are now really seeing some of that charging coming through. So we took an additional £60,000 of fitted kitchens charging, non-comparable to last year, completely extra sales. And the other area that did really well for us last month was textiles. So that is windows, it's cushions, it's rugs. And we were 60% up last month, taking £125,000. And the business was minus 2%. So some really, really great trade going through there. So there were other couple of things that I just wanted to pull out. Obviously you can come down and see the board and have a look at how we are performing in each of the different areas. But just a really big shout out under customer. So last month we beat the levers that were within our control from a customer perspective by 2 percentage points. With a high proportion of our customers being extremely satisfied with their experience. The way that we have got this back over the line and the biggest increase that we have seen from a customer sentiment perspective is friendly and polite partners. So that has really enabled us to drive that satisfaction forward. We're also, again, over the line on our standards. So this means things like product information, inspiring displays, our customers' perception of availability has all improved from last month. I'm also just going to take a moment to look at the partner elements. So these have changed from the end of TP6. So we are now being measured in a slightly different way. So the workday life cycle measure has got a little bit tougher because everybody was achieving the old measure up until TP6. So there was no challenge or room for growth there. So most of that sits with the leadership team and with shop support. But please, can I just ask if you're doing additional hours, time banking, etc., that you are ensuring that you are putting those changes through on your time cards in the week in which it happens. We are achieving our target for our active goals because we've all just had our midges, so we've had the opportunity to update our goals. But please, can you make sure that you are keeping those relevant and up to date for me? Please, thank you very much. And then total absence, which is the other new measure, we have achieved the target for that because it is initially to have lesser absence than last year, which we have done, but just ever so slightly. And we make an assumption in our labour model that we are running on 3% absence. So that is all accounted for, and there are extra hours in the model to allow for that. We are currently running at about 4.7, which, as I said, is better than last year, but an opportunity there to generate more hours in the model with less absence. And I'm just going to finish off on the fact that our last age-restricted sales test brought us back up into achieving that compliance percentage for year to date. So now we are considered a low risk branch, achieving all of the basic compliance expectations, but there's only 9 branches that are achieving those. So something else to feel really proud of. So thank you for taking the time to listening. Thank you for taking the time to listen. If you've got any questions, just ask any one of us and we'll be more than happy to help. Take care now.